As I continued to inspect the declassified grave goods, I once again encountered million-dollar gold certificates in a box. Because of my keen sense of humor, that is seemingly unappreciated by everyone but myself, I decided to send J. Edgar Hoover a number of gold certificates in a Hoover vacuum cleaner bag. James Shelby Downer, Carnivals of Life and Death. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. Just to start things off, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched and commented on my previous video. And I want to to reiterate something that perhaps did not come through clearly enough in my presentation there. And that is that I was not out to convince anybody that my point of view was correct. My main focus, and I tried to explain it in the last video, was to tell you what I came to realize in regards to my own personal experiences. So if you come away from that taking something and finding that it's true for yourself, then great. If you don't, then that's great too, because whatever is true for you is true for you. You know, if your experience is different from mine, then obviously some of what I presented in the last video would not be applicable to you. So thank you all for those who agreed and disagreed with me, for taking the time to watch and to comment. I appreciate it very much. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. That's number one. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, how to experience things, and what to do with yourself. Absolutely off the table for me. And hopefully I will never be in a position to do that. And hopefully you will never feel like you want to follow anything that I say. Okay, so thank you all once again. I want to comment on a few things. First of all, I want to say, what the hell is wrong with this country? What is wrong with the military in this country when you have a man who is in your armed forces, who is found to be unfit for duty because he's fucking crazy? Why is he even still over in Iraq, let alone in a position where somehow he's able to get a gun and kill 5 of his fellow servicemen? How is this fucking possible? If he's going to be declared unfit for duty because he's fucking mental, why is he even in a position where he could cause harm? I just don't understand it. Is it because the military just takes anybody, including fucking psychos? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the kind of people they're looking for. I also see that there's a lot of animosity from Israel towards the Pope, because he didn't apologize fully enough for the Holocaust. Now, this had me really shaking my head. Why should the fucking Pope... Now, let me just get this clear right off the bat. I don't have anything good to say about the Roman Catholic Church or the fucking Pope. Okay? That said, why should the Pope even apologize at all for the fucking Holocaust? It wasn't the Roman Catholic Church running the camps in World War II. Now, I could see the Pope apologizing to the Jews for helping Nazi ringleaders and known Nazis out of Europe to avoid capture and trial. He could certainly apologize for that, because the Catholic Church absolutely did that. But for the Holocaust? Give me a fucking break. Now, here here is a subject that is related to the entire Israeli question. Okay? Here you have a country that very much acts like a bully to everyone around it. Went into Lebanon, okay, got their fucking asses handed to them, failed to accomplish any of the supposed military objectives that they wanted to, and because of that, just like a fucking bully, they decided to take on someone less able to fight back. So there they go, into Palestine, crush Gaza, throw overwhelming force at these people who fired a few rockets into Israel. And there is even some question as to whether or not those rockets even were capable of producing any kind of lethal damage. Okay? But that's another issue. Here you have this fucking bully country who, because they got their ass handed to them by somebody else, goes into another country. And then now, because you have the Pope touring the Middle East, and he doesn't apologize enough for the fucking Holocaust to satisfy the Israelis, what the Israelis really want, what they want from the Holocaust is they want a blank fucking slate. They want to be able to do whatever the fuck they feel like it. And no one can say anything about it. Well, you're certainly not going to hear anything in the Western media. You're not going to hear any criticism of Israeli crushing the lives out of innocent women and children in Gaza. No. The only thing you're going to hear in the fucking Western media is that Israel is upset because the fucking Pope didn't apologize appropriately for the fucking Holocaust. Well, hey, lots of bad things happen to people. There were other mass exterminations throughout history. Some in the 20th century. I don't hear those people every fucking time somebody does something throwing that in everybody's fucking face. Well, what about our extermination? Why aren't we given a fucking blank check to do whatever the fuck we want? Because you're not the state of Israel. That's why. And because your extermination was not the Holocaust. So they have the corner on that market. Any of you other fuckers out there who were the victims of a Holocaust yourself, too fucking bad. You don't get any cred. Only Israel does. And only up to their par. I'm sick of Israel. I'm sick of the state of Israel, and I'm sick of the bully mentality that they have. And it looks like the United States is starting to do the same thing. Because what do we do in Afghanistan? Sure, people die in war, absolutely. But do we even need to fucking be there in the first place? That's the ultimate question. And now we're moving more into Pakistan. And I imagine that is going to be the focus of any future aggression. And when we attack with our drones and our so-called precision munitions, civilians die. Civilians that we're there supposedly to fucking protect. Yes, I understand all about collateral damage. But the point is, should we even fucking be there in the first fucking place? No, that's my contention. We should be out of Afghanistan, we should be out of Iraq. And we should not be thinking of going into Pakistan. Those countries represent absolutely no threat to the security of this country, regardless of what anybody else has said. So, where do we stand? Apparently, we want to do whatever the fuck we feel like doing too, as a country. Just like Israel. So, fuck you, Israel. I'm sick of you throwing the Holocaust in front of everybody's face. and to be miffed because the Pope doesn't apologize to you? Well, I guess you want me to fucking apologize too. I wasn't even born. But I guess I'm somehow responsible too, aren't I? Thank you. Good night.